Imagine this. You've worked hard your entire life, followed all the rules, graduated college, landed a decent job, and yet, owning a home still feels like an impossible dream. For millions of millennials, this isn't just imagination, it's reality. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most pressing issues facing young people today. From skyrocketing prices to stagnant wages, from student loan debt to corporate investors buying up neighborhoods, we'll explore why homeownership has become so elusive for an entire generation. To understand how we got here, let's start with the numbers. Over the past 5 decades, housing prices have soared at an alarming rate. Back in the 1970s, the median home price was around $25,000. Fast forward to today, and that number has ballooned to over $400,000, a staggering increase of more than 1,600%. But here's the kicker: wages haven't kept pace. When adjusted for inflation, millennials are actually earning less than their parents did at the same age. Think about that for a moment. While homes have gotten exponentially more expensive, incomes have barely budged. It's no wonder saving for a down payment feels like climbing Mount Everest without gear. But rising prices aren't the only issue. Another major factor is supply, or rather, the lack of it. There simply aren't enough affordable homes on the market to meet demand. Decades of underbuilding have left us with a severe shortage, especially in urban areas where jobs are concentrated. And it gets worse. Developers often prioritize luxury homes because they're more profitable. So while sleek condos and multi-million-dollar estates dominate new construction projects, first-time buyers are left scrambling for scraps. The result? A housing market that feels rigged against millennials before they even step foot inside. Even when millennials manage to save enough for a down payment, they face another hurdle: competition. In many cities, individual buyers are being outbid by cash offers, often from corporate investors. These companies snap up single-family homes, turn them into rentals, and drive prices even higher. Picture this. You find the perfect starter home, only to lose it to an investor who doesn't plan to live there but instead rents it out at inflated rates. This trend not only makes it harder for individuals to compete but also exacerbates the rental crisis, trapping renters in a cycle of paying someone else's mortgage instead of building equity for themselves. So what does all of this look like in real life? Let's hear from some millennials who are living through the crisis every day. For many, the struggle starts early, with crippling student loan debt that eats away at any chance of saving for a home. Then there's the rising cost of rent, which leaves little room for anything else. Add stagnant wages to the mix, and you've got a perfect storm of financial challenges. One millennial told us she's been saving for years, only to watch prices climb faster than her bank account could keep up. Another said he feels stuck in a never-ending cycle of renting, pouring money into someone else's property while his own dreams of homeownership slip further out of reach. Yet another summed it up perfectly: she did everything right, went to college, got a job, but owning a home still feels impossible. These stories aren't isolated incidents, they're part of a larger pattern affecting millions of young people across the country. Is there any hope on the horizon? Some cities and policymakers are beginning to take action. Zoning reform, for example, aims to allow denser housing developments, which can help ease the supply crunch. Affordable housing initiatives are popping up in certain areas, offering subsidies or grants to first-time buyers. And advocacy groups are pushing for policies that address income inequality and hold corporate landlords accountable. But progress is slow, and the problem is deeply entrenched. Solving the housing crisis will require a multi-pronged approach: building more homes, addressing systemic inequities, and rethinking how we view housing as a society. It won't happen overnight, but every step forward counts. Despite the challenges, there's reason to believe change is possible. Millennials are nothing if not resourceful and resilient. Across the country, innovative solutions are emerging. Co-ownership models are gaining traction, allowing friends or family members to pool resources and share the burden of homeownership. Community land trusts are creating pathways to affordable housing in underserved areas. And grassroots movements are demanding policy changes that prioritize people over profits. Slowly but surely, these efforts are chipping away at the barriers standing between millennials and their dream of owning a home. The housing crisis is a complex issue with no easy answers. But one thing is clear: Awareness is the first step toward change. By shining a light on the struggles faced by millennials, and amplifying the voices of those fighting for solutions, we can work toward a future where homeownership is attainable for everyone. Whether it's advocating for better policies, supporting affordable housing initiatives, or simply sharing your story, each of us has a role to play in rewriting the narrative. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on the issues that matter. Together, let's keep the conversation going and build a brighter future for generations to come.